Hello, my name is Fadi, and I am going to be talking about Danone. Danone is a French company. It's headquartered in France. Danone's mission statement is to impact people's health and the planet in a more positive way. Danone has a healthy portfolio of farmers and suppliers, and their quality of products is achieved by getting the raw materials from trusted farmers and suppliers. Danone, what was interesting is that it is the first multinational company with a B Corporation certificate. So it is a big company. It has a wide range of products, and its mission statement is to help and educate people about making healthier lifestyle choices. The first thing I want to talk about is now the organizational chart in Danone is it's vertical, and so it goes top to bottom. But Danone is really open about wanting to encourage its employees to be open, to take initiatives and be responsible as well, and encourages its employees to voice out their opinions in different products, different tasks, and so on. The first thing I want to talk about is the human relations theory, and how the different theories and how they go into Danone's overall management style. The first one is Frederick Taylor theory, which talks about how employees are naturally lazy and are there only for the money. Danone doesn't believe that because Danone has a strong mission statement and believes its employees are there working because of that strong mission statement and that socially responsible mission statement. And so they're there to better humanity, to give back to communities and educate people about health. And so I don't see Frederick Taylor theory in Danone's management. Now, I do see Danone being a Theory Y type company and management style because they really encourage employees to be open, to make them feel heard and to voice their opinion out. They have different training programs, just as like Jaguar program, which they take their young employees to a 3 to 6 months training program in Americas and Asia, and to train in the field. And that really is a great opportunity for them to catch a vision, catch a dream for different tasks in the company and to train them as well. They also have a one learning a day program that they're basically seminars that help their employees professionally, but also in their personal lives. So they don't really cares about their employees' personal lives as well. That's why I think Danone is a Theory Y manager. Another thing is the Henry Foyle theory, and I think Danone has a great spirit de corps because they have such a strong social responsible mission statement. It creates a unity within the company, and it creates a great relationship between its employees because they all know what they want. They all have a unity of direction. They all feel a sense of responsibility towards the communities and towards educating people on how to be healthier and have a healthier lifestyle as well. The second thing I want to talk about is the communication issues in Danone. Now, Charles Redding introduced the organizational communication theory in 1972, and it just discusses the organizational communication and how it needs to go beyond formal business structure, and it creates this ideal communication habits between managers and employees. And as I was studying Danone, I realized that its system is not limited only to top down, and I know I mentioned it's vertical, but the company doesn't only follow its own manager's intuition and expertise, but it really strives to develop the skills and interests of both its managers and employees to become closer to social business rather than a formal top to down, and that really affects their communications and their social skills as well. And because of that, their social skills are spreading through the organization and actually lasts. And projects that they implement really have take effect in their communication as well. They have a program called For All Tracks, which is an initiative that gives Danone managers an opportunity to spend time up to 6 months in the field doing social business project. This is a great strategy to help close the gap between managers and employees communication. Um, Another theory is the image restoration theory. Now, Danone had a lot of challenges in the past. One of the biggest scandals or challenges is that Danone was had a lawsuit on because of false advertisements, and it really hit its market, its yogurt market. It was specifically on Activia, and it really hit its market and caused it to really grow slowly. It didn't do a good job in reacting to these lawsuits and being in front of these lawsuits, and so their performance really dropped aggressively in their yogurt sale and their ingredients, and so they really had a slow growth, and because of that they had huge losses. They lost around 45 million euros, and these losses could have been avoided if they've reacted better, if they followed the image restoration theory. In 2013, also they had a management change. Danone was accused of bribing hospital employees in China to use their milk formulas, and so because of that scandal, they had to change their management, upper management in China, and that took a lot of money, that took a lot of time, and it wasn't a good look. It really ruined Danone's reputation. Now, it does have a great organizational culture, but as I talked earlier, they do really care about its employees speaking out, having responsibility, acting as leaders. And so Danone's culture is very unique, and they expect their employees to be and act as leaders. But this can be positive, but also really can also be negative because they ask employees to perform in a very high level, and the collective expectation of the managers can really put a lot of pressure on the employees, and so a lot of employees can feel like it's a great place to work, but also it's a culture of one, teamwork, and also hard work, and so that can really burn out the employees as well. And so that communication of you're responsible, you're a leader, really puts a lot of pressure on the employees. You can cause them to burn out. The third thing I want to talk about is the intercultural relationships within the company and how it reacts with others as well. Danone really cares about the diversity within. It has multiple programs such as Eve and Octave program. Eve program deals with so many different countries and so many different people, and it deals with so many different companies. There are over 350 speakers that participate in the Eve conference, and over 3,000 people attend the conference from 50 different nationalities. And these conferences and these programs really build an intercultural relationship with one another. And the Octave program trains employees to understand the changing cultures and the changing technology in the digital era, and how to understand different generations as well. And all of that really helps the intercultural relationship within the company. Now, because Danone is a French company, French is a high context language, and you can see that in across Danone's company. They really try hard to express their mission statement in a lot of different ways, and one way they do that is they gather as much data as they can from the countries that they're working in. So they gather the cultural, they study their culture and how it relates to diet. They see what diets the people in that specific culture have, and that way they can figure out the gaps in their health and try to help that community and that country in products that can help them fill that nutrition gaps as well. Now, with the Hofstede studies and theory, I think Danone is a very individualistic company. It caused a lot of struggles when they're doing joint ventures and working with different people. They had a hard time the Chinese because in the Chinese market, because Chinese companies are usually more collective, and so they've had struggles with being individualistic. The power distance is high in Danone, and because again there are a French company in France, it is pretty high. But overall, Danone really tries to lower that power distance as well. Lastly, I want to talk about the ethics. I believe Danone is a utilitarianism kind of system that really looks for. They have a respect program, um, which is a program that really takes care of their suppliers and their farmers, try to help them be more sustainable and really eco-friendly, environmental friendly as well. And so they try to have this relationship both ways, where they can try help the suppliers, but also have the suppliers help them as well. They do have this strategic ambiguity, and what I mean by that is their mission statement is so broad that they talk about health in general, but it allows them to be very flexible in what they do in every country. So, for example, in Senegal, they started this soccer tournament, that around 28 countries participate in it, and their strategic ambiguity allows them to do such events in different countries as well. Um, in ethics-wise, Danone is also teleological, and what I mean by that is um, the actions are considered ethical or not based on the results. And what Danone believes is that the how matters as much as the what. And so the means doesn't justify the results. And so they have this program. So their factories are 100% renewable electricity and have zero waste. And so they try and implement that mission statement in every step of their production and supply chain. They have an they're part of the AIM Progress Forum, which is a consumer goods manufacturer and supply assembled to enable to promote responsible practices and sustain production system in every aspect of their production and supply chain as well. Um, so in conclusion, I think there are three takeaways that I've learned from Danone. Is one, they have really strong core values and share a strong uh, idea and values about health and the environment that is seen throughout the organization. They also really fight for diversity in the company and flexibility that helps them reach out to the diverse consumers that they have. But also, they really care about how they do it. They want to keep their core values throughout their supply chain and how they handle business in every step of the way. So thank you so much. This is it.